Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Gino, and we are back on the Rusty Gears SMP server. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. The mighty hole. Oh, it's getting deeper. Sid's been working his way along the bottom edge, kind of taking one column at a time all the way down. And I've been kind of working on the top, as you've seen, kind of cutting the layers down as we go. Between us, I think we're making some pretty good progress. May not seem like it because, we're still standing here at 83 and we got to get all the way down there. So there's still a lot to go, but it's coming along pretty good. So in today's episode, we're going to build the water channels and the drop chutes that will lead the drifters into the collection area. So as a recap, we're building a mob farm down here on the mantle. And this is level 2 right now. We've got water channels that will collect them into a central location. And then the water pushes them to this low point right here in front of us. And now I can stand back here, open the door and whack at them. I mean, once they've been unalive, they will float on through. And then you can harvest them and then rinse and repeat. There's 4 of them, so you can have multiple people down here with you, or you can just collect them in one area and then open the door, collect the mobs, and then close it and go to another area. So I think this is going to work out pretty good. We've seen I've done some decoration down here. I did some block replacement, added a few more slabs, torches, just things like that. Anyways, lots of changes going on in here. One of the things I've been working on also is the sluice box setup. So we want to have, we want to be able to get as much copper and gold that we can get coming out of the sluice box over here, because we have all of this. That's insane. Each one of these, I mean, not every single one of them, but you're looking at 200, 343 andesite on that one, 216, 206. Yeah. You get the point, right? Some of these are a little bit smaller, but that doesn't detract from the fact that this is a stupid amount of andesite that we've gathered up. So much so that, we have just little kibble bits that we've got. We've got quite a few areas already filled up with kibble bits. There's 5,000 here, 5,000 there, 5,000 there. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and 875. So what I've been doing is taking the rubble storage, taking the kibbles, putting them into the rubble storage, pounding that down into gravel, and then taking that gravel all the way over here and putting them into this storage controller, which then puts them into this chest. And then that gravel then goes down through here. Oh, we are clogged up, aren't we? I need to get some stuff gathered up. And then that stuff goes into here and it gets sorted out. And we get our little bits and bobs. I'm going to throw that in there. So see, there's one piece of gold right there. So that's cool. So I grab this stuff and then I haul it back over into here and I sort it out. Anyways, long story short, I need the gold. That's really what I need the most of. And I need that gold for making the night watchers. And the reason I need the night watchers is, if you recall, the night watcher will turn spawns off in a radius around it. And in our series, we've got them set up for 32 blocks. So it's 32 blocks that way, that way, that way, that way, 32 blocks up, and 32 blocks down. So for that night watcher, to make one of those, let's go back into here. Night watcher. To make one of these, we need the temporal gear. That's not a big deal. I've already got several of those. But then we need gold plates. And a gold plate is 40 nuggies. I've got 2 here, so there's enough for 1 plate. And I've got 35 nuggies up here. So I got a lot of work to do. However, one of the great things about being on a server is you get to play with some really cool and amazing folks. So not only have I been able to convince a couple of people to come in and be a part of this, what I'm calling the She Knows Shenanigans Pit of Insanity, but also they're donating. So Gran left me a present over here. It says from Gran. Open that up and look at that. 194 nuggies. Gran, you're awesome. She's on the server right now, and I've already told her thank you very much. She is super sweet. I do appreciate her so much. I really do. She's a pleasure to be around. She's fun to play with. And just having her here and having her feed my insanity, it's been a blessing. So thank you, Gran, for that. We now have enough nuggies for making our night watchers. We've got one here already. And we've got, I think I've got 3 or 4 more that I've got kind of hidden in different areas. I got thinking about this. I think I put one over here someplace because there was like a bear. They kept spawning around here. Maybe I moved it. I was thinking I had one over here because I kept having a bear that would spawn up on top of this hill. Don't see it anymore. And then I had one that was over here. Yep, it's still here. Because we had bears and wolves spawning over in this area. Hey, let's go check on our wolves. We haven't seen them in a while. Yep. There they are. Hello. But anyway, so we got one that's over here. And then I'm pretty sure I've got one somewhere in here. Maybe? I thought maybe I had one in here. Maybe not. I thought I did. Thought I had one that was kind of stuck away up in one of these little areas. Maybe not. But you know, we've got this one down here also. So we've got several that are laying around. I think I even got a couple in the South End area. So it's not like I can't gather them all up. I appreciate Gran very much for providing that for us. It's going to help us out. So we're going to put those to good use. Probably not in this episode, but pretty soon we're going to get those made. I did go ahead and get some more iron going here. I wanted to use up my iron bits. Now, these are things that they get broken off because one of the mods that we're using, you end up getting some of your, when your tools break, you end up getting some of it back. I think I showed that with the copper in the last episode or maybe the episode before. So there's like a bunch of copper bits here. There's some steel bits. Well, I had quite a few iron bits, but I still have 70. But I went ahead and put 120 in each or 360 in these to get them going and then go ahead and make some more iron. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. Let's get started on today's episode. What I want to do is I would like to expand this a little bit to give us the opportunity to maybe process a little bit faster. I don't know. It seems to be going pretty good. I may not need to go much faster right now. I can't keep up with emptying it. So this might be something that, you know, we might be in a pretty good, as fast as we're going to get it type situation. But I would like to expand it a little bit, give us a little more opportunity to drop more stuff off up in there. There we go. So we're going to work on that first, and then we're going to start working on the chutes and the water channels down inside the farm. So hang on, I'll be right back. First thing I want to do is let's go ahead and make a better crate. And I'm going to make some extra. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. There you go. So we're going to make a mess here for a second. Let's go ahead and we're going to get rid of this chest. Like that. And we're going to put a crate on top. There we go. Now we can see how much we have in there. That takes care of step one. Now let's make another sluice. There we go. One more sluice ramp. Like that. I need to get that going the other way. Let's put Now, if only I had a building block. Oh, hey, let's use these. Let's do that one right there for now. Now we can put this in like that. And now can we get this to point down? Cool, we can. Okay, now one thing we need to do is get the water moving on this side, and that will be done. So now the only thing left I need to do is take care of the overabundance of items flowing into here. I'll work on that shortly, but let's hop back over into my creative build world to look at the mob farm. All right, so once more into my creative build world here on Vintage Story. Last episode, we did talk about this new collection system here, and we've got that built in world now. Now, let's expand upon that, shall we? Let's come back down over here and see what I've come up with. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about first. So how far can water push a drifter? If we are to say, look at what happens to a block. So you can see water can push a block 7 spaces in the game. Drifters will get pushed along as well, but there's a point where they can start fighting against the current. Right about there. See that? So they can actually fight against the current once it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away from the source. So that's the source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that's where he started pushing back against the water. So this is important to know because of the way that water channels work in the game. So now we need to create drop chutes, water channels to move drifters into the collection area. On the sides, I'm going to be using diagonal water chutes to move them down 2 drops to the final chute. Then we'll do the same on this side, the single one coming down, single wall, and then a 3 wide chute in the center right here. The difference is going to be, this is going to be like a splat pad. So this is going to be where they fall from another chamber, land here, move around, and then fall into this channel and get swept down. Hopefully. There are some limitations. Let's talk about 2 of them. One of the things that I'm starting to notice, and it's not consistent, but if you have a crawling drifter, you know, that's one that's on its belly, there are times where they could make it through this opening. So it's closed, of course they can't, but if it's open, they can get pushed through. I especially see this when they're by themselves in this area. If there's multiple mobs in there, box collision kind of limits it from happening. If you think back to the last video, there was a scene when I was killing one and a crawler came out here and died right here. So there are some possibilities for that to happen. The second limitation we have is that drifters sometimes like to hang out right on the edge. See that? They just kind of hang there. Just like that. Perfect example. He won't fall down off of there. Now, sometimes when there's more than one drifter in there, again, the collision box can move them along. It floats along, hits the other one, and then it falls. So it's not like they stay there forever. It's not like they always stand on the edge. That one fell down, no problem. That one went down, no problem. But we do have that limiting factor that we're going to have to contend with. Now, I have been thinking about a modded option for overcoming both of these problems. I'm still working on the details, but I think it will work. So now let's get back onto the server. Let's start to put in some of these channels. Had to make a few adjustments here to the system. The chute only feeds into what would be considered the left side of the trunk. So you have to, to kind of readjust this a little bit, or, have them run I tried to get them in side by side. That wouldn't work. I tried having both lined up this way, wouldn't work. So I had to make some adjustments here, but it's working now. Everything's going in smoothly, as you can see. Lots of stuff filling up in here. Yeah. So I do need to take care of getting this stuff a little better organized as far as getting into the system over there. But to do that, we're going to need probably a couple more controllers down here and then route the items over. Let's get down here and see if we can start putting these together. We're going to have to break in one of these. So let's remove this to give us a little more room. And we'll open that up. And just so I don't have a bunch of extra stuff in my inventory, I'll put you there, so I can find you when we go to close this one back up. The center one's going to be the easiest one, so we can go ahead and knock these 3 out. We want this to go up 7 blocks. Or, I'm sorry. No, yeah, 7 blocks from this area right here. 1, 2, 3. That should be 7 blocks up. So at 7 blocks, that means that this level right here is going to be the area that's going to be the drop or the walk here that they're going to be on. So we need to go up another 3 blocks above that level. And then we're going to take this back. So if we put a water source right there, it will flow right to the edge. Same thing here. Same thing here. Now that we have is a 3 wide channel with the water that flows right to the edge. So this is the central water chamber. It's done. But what I am going to do is I'm going to replace the blocks behind this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the stone bricks here like that. The other area that we're going to be doing is going to be the diagonal chutes on the sides. We're going to go up, same thing, 7 blocks up. And then we're going to go up 3 more blocks. Seven, so that becomes right there. And we want these to go at a diagonal. These don't go back in as far. In Minecraft, water will move 8 blocks when it's going on the diagonal. It still moves out 8 blocks. Vintage Story, not so much in Vintage Story. I think it's 5 blocks. We're gonna have to go back. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's that far right there. And I need some water. Nope, that needs to come back in some. One more. And then we need to force the water into these areas. So I'll put a block here, break it. Same thing here. And once more right there. Perfect. Water is flowing down to where we need it to go. Now we need to step it up a level and go back even further. The rest of this is going to be repetitive, and then I have to go through and keep doing this over and over and over again to get the rest of these done. So I'll do that between episodes. And with that, I'm going to call this episode complete. Thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino. Next episode, we will be putting in the spawn pads, and hopefully we can start testing this thing out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.